Derick Giwner back with Matt Rose for our annual Can Derick Say Potomac Pace Properly? As we look at the
Sure.
$100,000 Invitational on Sunday, November the 14th at Rosecroft Raceway. It's a really strong 8-horse field with the top older pacers in the country. And Matt, this field is strong from top to bottom, but we have a heavy favorite.
Yeah, Rosecroft does a great job every year assembling a solid field, going for $100,000, which obviously is not just pocket change, but yeah, I mean, for the amount of money that these horses generally race for, 100 grand is kind of on the lower end of the spectrum, but they do a great job assembling top talent. As you can see, a lot of familiar faces in this race. Uh, Certainly headlines by Aliwag Hanover, who'll probably be the headliner no matter where he drew in this race, but he draws the rail.
Aliwag Hanover, obviously, last time out racing the Breeders' Crown. We're going to take a look at that race where he was used very hard early in the mile. And we take a look at it right from the start. He's going to be 3-4 wide going into the first turn and doesn't clear to the lead till maybe the 3/8 or so.
Yeah, there was a cavalry charge for the lead, which you would hope and expect with all that money on the line in the Breeders' Crown final. Waits for Ocean Rock to clear the lead and the dust to settle, so to speak. And yeah, he's strung out. Pretty good here to finally clear the lead after a 25 4/4. Has to basically stay on the gas through a 53 2/2. And yeah, these are the top older pacers in the country or North America. That's still a pretty good clip. And now you see the field turning for home. Aliwag Hanover tries to get the separation from Ocean Rock. Can't really do so. And Ocean Rock, the super talented Ocean Rock, who has just been rock solid all season, is able to tip out and wear him down. And you see Cattle Wash, and you see on the far outside the Event flying from too far back. So Aliwag Hanover got defeated at 40 cents on the dollar in the Breeders' Crown. Will you hold that against him, or will that maybe make you hesitate a little before taking a short price here? And me personally, I don't think so, but maybe some people will be a little hesitant.
Number 2 is Leonidas. That's the 2020 champion of this race, and was scratched sick a couple of times, but came back pretty strong last time at Yonkers.
Yeah, you know what? He was great earlier in the year when he had some easy trips in the Borgata series. Kind of tailed off towards the middle of the season. They had it was a barn change, I believe, that didn't really pan out. He went back to the Sheena McElhaney, or Sheena Cohen, as she's now known as, barn, racing basically at overnights at Yonkers, and he's elevated his game right back up to top form, I guess you could say. Hard charging second in last week's Open Handicap at Yonkers, and 150-1 he was timed in. I think he's right back in top form, and he'll be a price here, as he was at a price last year when he won the Potomac Pace. But certainly the inside post can't hurt him, and I don't see any reason why he can't pick up a nice chunk here.
An event we already mentioned in the Breeders' Crown final closed well for 4th, but is this horse just one of those horses that just kind of like lures you in with those good closing miles, but just never gets the job done?
Listen, I'll be honest. I didn't know much about this horse at all, really, going into the Breeders' Crown, as I'm sure, he probably wasn't on a lot of people's radar. But he was doing some really good work up in Canada without any recent wins to show for it. And we saw that close in the Breeders' Crown where basically nothing was really coming that strongly from the back of the pack. And this guy flew home. He just had way too much ground to make up. I can't imagine him having that much ground to make up in this race. It all comes down to the trip, and I'm kind of uncertain what kind of trip is he going to get here. Is he going to end up being maybe first over or something like that? It's a lot. It's a lot harder to kind of come off of that trip than it is to just make one sweeping move from the back of the pack, which, while it was eye-catching, you're right. It might suck people in a little bit, and he might be a bit of an underlay. But listen, certainly contender here.
Mayhem Hanover's 15-1 on the morning line. Probably is going to go up about 50-1 here. Any chance at all?
Yeah, he's kind of the outsider. Really doesn't have that much stakes experience. Another one coming from up in Canada, Woodbine Mohawk Park, where he's raced very well. His race at the Meadowlands didn't have much of an impact. Strong barn, Jeff Culliper has done great things all season at multiple venues. But yeah, even with Tim Cheetrick listed to drive, you got to imagine he's on the outside looking in. But if you're a Tim Cheetrick fan, you're going to get a huge price. So I guess he's got that in his corner. But yeah, you got to imagine he's probably going to end up being the longest shot in this race.
Jack Sludge and then this popped off a couple of huge miles, 49-4, 49-4, back to back on 5/8 track. This is a 5/8 track. Does that mean that he can step up to the level of This Is the Plan, Aliwag Hanover, and some of the others?
Yeah, he's never really faced the top open stakes competition. Ran well in the Quillen to be close up at Harrington over the half mile, but yeah, he's kind of been a smaller track specialist. But yeah, you can't. I mean, he went off 5 cents on the dollar at Dover in their open and jogged in 49-4. He's obviously in top shape. You're picking up Dexter, or you're keeping Dexter Dunn, who is scheduled to go down there and drive. I like him here. I mean, I imagine he's got to be forwardly placed, and he may be the horse that could be tripping out behind the favorite.
Number 6 is Nandolo, and I would think if you like Leonidas, you got to like Nandolo because Nandolo beat him last time.
Yeah, Nandolo's been he had a few shaky efforts at Yonkers over the last few months, but overall he's been great. Overcomes bad trips or difficult trips every start, and yeah, he's been right at the top of the of the open handicap contingent there every week at Yonkers. He's been super form, but another one, I don't know how much gate speed. I've never really seen much speed from him, and not having much speed out of a 6-hole means, he's been coming from the back of the pack, and with some speedsters to the outside of him, he may get away last here. I don't know what tactics they're going to employ, but good horse, tough spot.
The 7, This Is the Plan, threw in an absolute clunker in the Breeders' Crown Final after winning the elimination the week before. Does that maybe provide some opportunity to get a decent price on the highest money earner in the race and the horse with the most money earned career-wise by far?
Yeah, I mean, he's been the most accomplished throughout the entire course of the year. You could argue that, and he hadn't won in quite some time. Finally, breaks through and wins at a nice price in his Breeders' Crown elimination, and then he just got totally lost in the final. Didn't fire at all. But would I be surprised at all if he turned it around and put in a much stronger effort? Not at all. He's another one. He could be forwardly placed. He could blast off the gate if he needs to. Hard not to use him. Even with that poor effort in the Breeders' Crown Final, he's right back in here. It's really hard not to consider him and not to use him. And he will be on my tickets to somewhere. I can't see myself not using him.
The 8 is Nicholas Beach. Has just had a lot of bad luck with outside post positions throughout the year in these stakes races, and maybe they all took their toll because he just doesn't seem quite as sharp as he was earlier in the year.
Yeah, he's not that sharp. He tired when he brushed and tried to control the action in the Breeders' Crown elimination. He tired on the front end, and then never really got involved in the final. Yeah, I mean, he tailed off badly in the Alaraj in the Red Mile, and now he draws the far outside post. But are the Bondrona showing up there to just tour the track in last? In this race, probably not. But you got a lot of speedsters inside of him, but he can blast. We've seen him blast with the best of them, and would it surprise me if Joe Bondrona, took a shot here? Absolutely not. But I think he might get roughed up too much if he takes a shot early, and if he doesn't take a shot, he'll have too far to come. So it's just a tough spot to, it's tough to really make a strong case for him.
We're going to take a look at our picks now, and Matt and I both going the same way with the heavy favorite Aliwag Hanover here, though we're looking at it a little bit differently underneath. For me, I see this as a race where this is the plan is going to fire off the gate. You know, if you go back to earlier in this year, we saw a couple of starts where Yannick really gunned them off the gate. I think that's what we're going to see here. I think if this horse is in the box, he's ready to go for, you know, Ron Burke and company. They don't usually send them short. He's going to fire off, go right to the front. I think he's going to get around Jack's Legend pretty easily. If you look at Jack's Legend and go back and watch all his races, while he leaves every week, you see a lot of circles around the quarter pole. That's because he doesn't leave that strong. He kind of leaves a little bit and then kind of brushes his way to the lead slowly but surely. I don't think that opportunity is going to be here this time. I think he's going to get looped off the gate, going to be stuck in no man's land looking for a tuck. I see this is the plan to the front. Aliwag Hanover brushes to the front around him, and it sits 1-7 around the track, and I cash my $13 exacta. What do you think?
You know, I'm in agreement. I am in agreement with you. I can see where your hesitation with Jack's Legend end. I am hoping that he can generate more push off the gate. I am in agreement with you that I think, and most people probably think that Aliwag Hanover will back off early and then either retake maybe from a 2-hole or quarter move from a 3-hole and then control the action. Won't have to probably go as fast or, you know, be able to rate the pace a little better than he went in the Breeders' Crown. And I think he'll be able to take care of business. Won't face that much sharper of a stretch battle as maybe he did in the Breeders' Crown final. So I'm in agreement with you. I am going to take a shot that Jack's Legend can work out the trip. I threw Evidence in there. I don't know what kind of trip he's going to get there. Maybe am I a sucker maybe to use him? It's not, you know, it's not that outrageous to use him. And Dan, you know, note that Dan Dubé picks up the drive for the Luke Blaze trainee, and he's had plenty of success on the stakes trail with these horses. And this is the plan, has to be on my ticket somewhere. But Aliwag Hanover, you know, he's the best horse coming in, and now he's in the winning spot, and he'll be odds on and take what they give you. We'll try to hook it up. We'll try to get Jack's Legend the trip behind. This is the plan. I agree with you, and Evidence for minor spoils.
Well, the $100,000 Potomac Pace, I think I got that right this time, is at Rosecroft. It's Sunday, November the 14th. It's race number 11 on the card. You can get free harness IPPs for the entire card on drf.com/harness. You can also watch it live. Good luck.